Blesh's teams run the ball, but obviously there's a lot of receiving talent on the roster too. What can fans expect to see out of the passing game in addition to the running game?
Well, our goal is to be more explosive in the pass game, create more X plays, we call them. And I would say overall we have more size, speed, talent at that position. There's a ton of potential at the receiver position. The depth chart is very uncertain, I'll be honest with you. I'm looking forward to watching all those guys in fall camp to see who's going to earn those reps. Now, is it going to be just 3 guys? No. But where do those reps sort themselves out? And who kind of takes that next step in fall camp to put themselves in a position to be that day one starter? And that has not been determined yet. And I think, like I said, there's a lot of potential at that receiver position, and it's our job to help those guys realize that potential so we can be more explosive in the pass game.
Are there a couple things that are sort of a difference between Coach Blesh's passing game or offensive strategy and Spav's?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, from year to year, you're going to have tweaks in your offense based on your personnel. And everybody's got maybe a thumbprint or fingerprint, so to speak, on how they call the game. But I wouldn't suspect that there's going to be massive changes in how, if you're a viewer, and how it looks.
What are your impressions of ACC Commissioner Jim Phillips and comments he made yesterday, and just in talking to him in general?
Yeah, I've had great interactions with everybody at the ACC. I know it's a dynamic time in college football, college athletics, and I think we've seen that in the last couple of years. We are proud to be a part of the ACC conference moving forward and looking forward to playing our best football. That's my role. My role is not to be an administrator. I'm not the chancellor. I'm not the AD. I know they have enough challenges that they're working through. My job is to help coach our football team to be the best we can be, so that's what I'm spending time on.
There's been some occasional talk on defense about maybe being a little bit more aggressive from season to season, but this spring it actually seemed that there was more pressure applied, particularly up the middle, than we've seen in recent prior seasons. Is there sort of a change in philosophy? Would you like to be able to get up the field more a little bit this season?
Well, we need to create more negative plays, and I think the way we are viewing it is, what do we need to do in order to create more negative plays? And do you need to rush 4 guys? Can you rush 4 and somebody win a one-on-one? Do you need to rush 5? What are your abilities in the back end? We would like to play more. I think to play sustainable, dominant defense, you got to be able to play some man. You got to play man-to-man. Like, get close to people and challenge receivers and play man-to-man. And I'm excited about watching the DBs continue to develop those man skills. I think we definitely improved our size, speed, quickness in the secondary, undoubtedly. And I'm also looking forward to seeing how this interior defensive line develops, and who are going to be the guys that take the next step there at the interior D line. The edge players, David Reese, we had some really good moments. We were just not consistent enough. And so, big picture-wise, yeah, we need to create some more negative plays. We got to be better in the pass game, which is everybody's involved in. And what does it take in order to do that? Can we win with 4? Can we affect the quarterback with 4 guys? And if not, well, how many do we need to bring? And what are our skills in the back end to complement that?
You had a lot of your likely 2 deep guys in the spring, but 2 big additions coming in this fall, actually this summer, Teddy Buchanan and Liam Johnson. What are you seeing out of those guys, and what can they add to the defense?
Teddy physically is a very impressive guy. He's obviously put it on tape too as a player at UC Davis. I mean, Teddy is a big dude, and he can run, and he's been productive. It's not like he's just an athlete. Like, he's a football player. So really, we got high hopes for Teddy. Very interested in football. Very interested. I mean, he wants to know. He is inquisitive. He's asking questions. He's been really kind of amazing in terms of getting to know the team. And then Liam, who came to us from the Ivy League, really productive player in the Ivy League. He's not the biggest guy. I don't know if you had a chance to meet Liam. Really hard-working guy, diligent. He's in unbelievable condition. Like, that guy, I feel like, could just chase the ball all day. And Liam will have a role for us. How big that role is, I'm not quite sure yet. And then we know Cade, what he's capable of. Cade is still a young player, but Cade is a dynamic guy and has the chance to be an exceptional football player.
You mentioned man defense being a key in what you do with your pressuring the quarterback or the offensive backfield. It looked like those guys in the spring are capable of pulling off man.
I think we have more guys that can play man than we've had in the past.
Yeah.
Say for the 2019 year, I think we had Elijah and Cam and those guys. But I would say the size, speed, quickness traits, just the traits, physical tools that we have in the secondary are noticeably improved from a year ago. Now, we got to make sure that manifests itself in playing good defense and man-to-man. And I think the thing that's also people got to consider is, like, you know, the guy you're going against matters too, you know, and what you want to be able to do is be able to do that week in, week out, regardless of who you're playing, and that's the goal. And I know that these guys have the right mentality for it. They're a very competitive group, and we're looking forward to them rising to the challenge.